If you fully grasp the idea that your life isn't happening by accident, yes, things might seem like it's happening in different dynamics and happening in a way that's not connected, but that's because the human mind can only grasp things at a certain level. But things are happening on a macro level and a micro level, but things are connected. I'll give you a brief example right now. Think about your life when you were younger, or it could be 5 years ago, or last year, whatever, or just months ago, right? Think about certain things that have happened, and then look at where you are now. And then you will notice certain connections of how things have happened, like a domino effect. That happened, and then this happened and that happened. It's all interconnected. In that same way, things are connected on a much more deeper level, beyond what you can even measure and see. Because your life isn't an accident. Things are not coincidences. You might think that because the human mind, the human brain, would love to find things just from what you can see. But even physically, our physical eyes, we cannot see colors in every spectrum. That's scientifically proven. You can do your research and find that out. But things are happening in divine order. Now, the purpose of this video is this. If you fully grasp the idea that some things in your life are happening in divine timing, when I say divine timing, I just mean there are no coincidences. You are a soul having a human experience. Things are connected on an energetic level. Energy, it's all interconnected. If you fully grasp that idea, that things are happening in divine timing, this happening right now in your life is setting the stage for someone else, and so forth. Everything sets a stage for someone else to occur. It's all interconnected. How would you move if that's how you thought? How would you maneuver human experience if that's how you thought? How would you move through life if you knew that everything was happening in divine timing? No matter what's happening, right? Great times, not so great times, in between, everything that's happening. If you truly trusted that that's happening in divine timing, how would you move? That's the question. That's the homework for you. Would you be more relaxed? Would you be a lot more calmer in how you think about things? Would you have less anxiety? Would you have less worry? Anxiety and worry doesn't help you in any way. Yes, you're a human being, so feel your feelings, but don't stay stuck there. Have a bird's eye view. Because when you have anxiety and worries, that only diminishes your health. So if life isn't going the way you want, why would you want to worry and have anxiety and diminish your health any further? What you can do is do things that you enjoy, do things that you love, find things that bring you joy, and that shifts and alchemizes the energy, the frequency, the vibration. But here's the thing. If you truly understood on an internal, innate level that things are happening in your life and in life in divine timing, that's the question. How? I'm really thinking about this really deeply, even myself, right? How would you move? I know it's happening in divine timing, personal. That's how I think. But at the same time, we're human beings, right? Our minds can diversify in different directions. But the question is, what foundation would you move on? It'll be a foundation of trust. And you'll be a lot more relaxed. You wouldn't worry and stress because you know that whatever's happening is setting the stage for your timeline in multiple timelines. Things are happening and creating what's happening in the future. Like I say, your present creates your future, meaning what you do in the present will affect your future. The things you do now, the habits you have, are going to create the future you experience because your actions create the life you live, or non-action is still an action. What you don't do or what you do will affect your future. So if things are connected on a deeper level, on a macro and micro level, that means nothing's an accident. Everything's happened divine timing. Because think about your experiences again. And look at where you are now. Is there no connection? Have certain things not really shaped you into the person you are now? Have certain things not really happened and you see how that has happened and that's created this effect? That's what I'm saying. Things are not an accident. What might seem so random on your daily life, your daily basis in your daily life, what might seem so random isn't actually random. Because I promise you, it could be years, it could be months, it could be days, things will connect. Somehow it'll make sense. I know that's easier to say than you can think and really. I don't want to use the word believe because it's more of a knowing. But things make sense. I have a podcast episode 5 of my podcast, Alignment and Growth, on Spotify. And the episode is titled, Trust in the Timing of Your Life, Your Timing is Divinely Guided. And I mentioned this. I said sometimes things will make sense in your life in retrospect. Things make sense when you think about them in a backward state than a forward state because things have already happened and then you can connect those things in the future. So some things in your life will make sense in retrospect than they will in the present moment. I want you to think about that. Whatever's happening in your life, it's all divinely guided. It's interconnected. Things are not random. I promise you. You may think it is now, but watch what happens in the future. Think about this moment. Look at your life in the future and see how things are connected, because things are not happening by accident. So wherever you are in your life, whatever process you're experiencing in your life, don't falter. Why don't give up on things that are important to you? Why don't let go of the life you want to create? Whatever it is that applies to you, the things that matter to you, or whatever life you're experiencing, keep moving forward and trust the process, because things are happening in divine timing. So trust your process and keep moving forward. Take aligned action. Aligned action means things that are in your alignment for your highest, greatest well-being, for your highest, greatest path. Take aligned action. Trust your intuition and keep doing the best you can every single day. Meaning, give you the best that you can. Yes, you can give your best. Whatever your best is, just do the best that you can every single day and keep moving forward, because you can't really go backwards, right? In the present, you're in the present. All you can do in the present is do things that are going to help you in the future. But ultimately, being in the present, because the present is ultimately the only time you can experience. But keep moving forward, because things are happening in divine timing. So the question I'm going to leave you with again: if you truly grasp the idea that your life is divinely guided and nothing is a coincidence, how would you move? How settled and grounded would you be? How relaxed would it be? What would happen in your paradigm, your subconscious, your conscious, your perspective? How do you think and feel if you truly trusted that things are happening in divine timing in your life? How would you move? Start moving like that. Start moving like that and watch how your life will shift and how you feel and how you operate. It'll do you a whole lot of good. It will do you a whole lot of good. I hope this helps you in some way, shape, or form. Have a great day.